How the Fandom Menace manufactures content for clickbait. Before Rings of Power, House of the Dragon is woke. It hates white people and men, will fail, etc. Racist, sexist, clickbait. So right here, woke disaster. Showrunner race-swapped characters because there's too many white people, which is not what was said, but, you know. House of the Dragon hates men. And then, you know, the quartering with his lowest common denominator of these guys, which is pretty fucking sad. They're all really lowest common denominator, but the quartering is just the laziest. Woke trash incoming.
These guys are hanging out in the anti-woke house. This quartering is pissing in that basement of that house,
yep.
Basically.
Yep. So then after Rings of Power, which, you know, of course, is way more of a woke gold mine for them, right? Like and credit where it's due, I guess, but like they're good at this as far as knowing what the thing is they should lean into, right? After Rings of Power debuted, which is like a week or two after, I guess, House of the Dragon, and obviously these are two mega popular shows that are going to be talked about in the discourse and in, most importantly to these guys, in the trending tab, in the algorithms. And by changing their opinions and changing the thing that they're for to be, you know, or against to being for it against the other thing, now they can have both of them in their titles. They can have both of them in their thumbnails. They can have them both in their in their keywords. So in the algorithm, and then they also get the conflict that they need, that they thrive on, right? They have to have conflict. They must. And so it became House of the Dragon destroys Rings of Power. And then they're praising House of the Dragon. No more mention of House of the Dragon being woke. No more mention of any of this stuff up here just a couple of weeks or a month before. No, now it's like they just got wrecked. Rings of Power ratings are terrible. Amazon gets just right. It's not true. It's not. But Amazon gets destroyed by House of the Dragon. And then here the quartering. Look, these are all the same guys too. I'm not just like showing you random examples. So these are the exact same dudes. House of the Dragon destroys Rings of Power in the ratings by the quartering. Then Ryan Kennel tweeting how he liked it. And I'll admit, he did say here, he really thought he was going to hate the series, but he's loving it so far. And then, yeah, you know, so that's actually rare praise. But let's think about the fact that would he have said that if he wasn't trying to shit on Lord of the Rings?
Exactly. Would he have said that if Lord of the Rings didn't exist at this point? Probably not.
Yeah. Nerdrotic had responded, best episode so far. Here's a Geeks and Gamers title. Woke disaster for Amazon, destroyed by House of the Dragon. It's crazy, man. The main thing that I think is important is it's not like people aren't allowed to change their minds, right? Like if you think something's going to be bad and then it's not, and you're like, oh shit, I was wrong. Like Ryan Kennel says there, but do you think that they go back and like, I don't know, hide those videos where they talked black people existing, you know, in House of the Dragon? No, they don't change any of that. All that content is still fucking up in theory forever. It's still out there poisoning fucking people's brains with sexism and racism and every other ism, right? And it would be one thing if they were like, okay, you know what? I thought it was going to be woke and terrible, but it's not. Let me, I don't know, private those videos, unlist them, because that's the responsible thing to do. But I mean, they can't possibly do that because they're going to get ad revenue from those in perpetuity.